Travelling north along the breathtaking Adriatic coast is Le Marche, a stunning region of central Italy that is quite possibly one of Mother Nature's works of art. From sweeping landscapes to exceptional regional produce.
The winemaking heritage of Marche dates back thousands of years to a time when the Etruscans found the land, grew prosperous vineyards and established rich soil for us to enjoy all these years later. And a little help from optimal weather conditions makes Marche the ideal place to grow grapes that will turn into crisp white wines such as Verdicchio or Pinot Grigio, which is exactly what I need for my next recipe. Today we're cooking pollo in potacchio, and I know it sounds really intriguing in Italian, but really the translation would be chicken in a pot, which is really simple, and this is why I love this dish. A couple of ingredients, beautiful produce, one pot, and then it finishes in the oven. So start with some garlic, 3 or 4 cloves, and you don't have to chop them, just keep them in their skin and bash them with your hands like that. This way, you're releasing all the beautiful garlic juices. And then we're going to add some sage, freshly picked from the garden. So just roughly slice it into strips. Bit of rosemary. And that's it. We're going to heat up some oil in a nice terracotta pot. Get your herbs and your garlic, and in they go. Just give it a stir. And just watch the garlic. You don't want it to turn brown or it will go a bit bitter. Let them cook for a couple of minutes, and in the meantime, you get your chicken out. It's beautiful local organic chicken. And this is ready to go in the pan. Skin side down. It's a bit of a squeeze. Be generous with salt. Chicken needs seasoning. And freshly ground white pepper. Now you're gonna let it cook 4 to 5 minutes on that side. Then you're gonna flip it over and give it another 3 or 4 minutes. And then you're gonna deglaze the pan with wine. Just like so. Let the alcohol bubble away for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, chop some tomatoes. So what's going to happen with the wine and the tomato juices and the fat that renders out of the chicken skin? They're going to create a beautiful sauce, which means that you don't have to make a gravy. And that's why I love this dish. A little effort, a lot of flavor. That's it. Just like that. And that's it. And I'm going to take this to the oven, medium-high oven, and I'm going to bake it for 30-35 minutes until it's cooked through and nice and golden on top.
Then all there is left to do is garnish with a little more sage and perfetto. Pollo in potacchio. Chicken in a pot. The undulating hills that dominate the lush interior of Le Marche remain relatively tourist-free. This rich farming terrain is sparsely sprinkled with one-street villages that are full of unforgettable charm. The countryside around the old city of Ascoli Piceno is abundant with olive trees bursting with fruits ready to be pressed into extra virgin olive oil or stuffed and fried into the most delectable morsels. And what better place to indulge in the culinary delights of this region than Villa Chicchi, a 17th century farmhouse, once the lavish playground of nobility and bourgeoisie, seeking respite from the bustling city of Rome. Today, we'll be making the local speciality, olive alla scolana, stuffed fried olives.
And I know that the name in English doesn't sound as exciting, but trust me, once this is deep fried in beautiful extra virgin olive oil, it turns into a crunchy flavor bomb that will just turn your world around. But the stuffing is really what makes this dish. And Maria Elena has just taught me how to make this. What goes into this amazing stuffing?
With the filling, we cook pork, beef and turkey meat with celery, carrots and onion. And
So do you cook the celery, the carrots and onion just before with a little bit of extra
everything together.
Everything together. So this is really easy. There's no excuses. Everything goes in together. Extra virgin olive oil?
Yes, sure.
A little bit of lemon zest?
Yes.
And a little bit of white wine. So how long do you cook this for?
30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes. And then once it's cooled down, you either put it through a meat mincer or a food processor, and it turns into this paste. And this will be the stuffing that will go into your olives. Now, with the olives, my only word of advice is if you're using jarred olives, just make sure you soak them in water for half an hour before you use them so that you get rid of that briny flavor. Can you show us how you can take the pip out, just in case you want to go all out and use whole olives and not ones that have their pips removed? This is how you do it. It's a little bit finicky, but I think it's also one of those therapeutic jobs that you might enjoy it more than you think. Now that we have taken the pips out, what's the next step, Maria Elena? Are we going to put the filling in?
Yes.
Do you use the bare hands?
Yes.
That's the best part of the job. Show me how you do it, and then I want to stuff one too. So how much for one olive? Because these olives are not really super big, are they?
No, this is the tender olive from Ascoli. It's the name of the cultivar.
Oh, of
course.
The tree. So roughly the same size of the olive, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Stuff them around, but I have to say that I always thought olive ascolane were so laborious to make. I never attempted it. And this is more fun than I expected it to be. So then you're gonna coat them in flour. Now, whenever you're deep frying something that's coated in breadcrumbs, you always want to flour it first because you get rid of all the excess moisture. And that means that when you finally plunge it into the hot oil, it doesn't spit and it stays really crunchy and it absorbs less oil. So the next step, this is just beaten eggs. No salt, no nothing.
No salt.
And then they go in the breadcrumbs. With breadcrumbs, my advice is always to make your own. And it's such an easy thing to do. Just put stale bread in the food processor and you've got your own homemade breadcrumbs. They're gonna have so much more texture than the ones that you buy at the store.
And now all we have to do is fry them.
Oh, look at this. Oh, I can't believe it. It looks amazing. I'm sorry, this is such bad manners, but I can't even begin to tell you how amazing this tastes. The lemon zest, the wine, the olive, it's divine. And you just want to have some more.
Olive alla scolana. Stuffed fried olives